bit.
Right? I'm losing my boner.
What do you edit on? Final Cut?
No.
Premiere?
Nope.
Rush?
Nope.
Don't say iMovie, bro.
No
way.
No. I bought my program.
I don't know. DaVinci?
No, that's a good one though. I've heard good things about DaVinci, but I edit with a program called Black. It's not Black Magic. Fucking, I'm thinking about DaVinci. It's a CyberLink Power Director.
Oh, cool. I haven't heard of it.
It's fucking the shit only because it has this plugin, bro, and it's where I can take each file of each camera that I have, and it syncs them for me, and I plug in the audio to it as well, so it syncs the audio and it creates one timeline, and it gives me a preview window of the 4 split screens. And so once I hit record, it starts recording a new file with like these being preview files, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I do the jump cuts like live, like if I was recording the podcast live. And then
okay.
I just, like, instead of doing it right here, right now, which would be ideal, I just take it home and I do it myself. I just click. Oh, Irvin started talking, I click his thumbnail. I started talking, I click his. And if we're both talking or whatever, I jump to the wide. And
yeah,
that's how I do it.
Yeah, I can do that in the software too, but the autopilot is cool.
Because you do fucking, it's like an auto edit.
Literally.
That's fucking insane.
It does it in like 30 seconds, like the entire podcast.
That's my mom, güey. Estoy bateándole.
What takes me forever is just like the coloring and stuff. But yeah,
I don't color grade shit, bro. I just make sure I try to make sure that each camera looks decently, like, you know, with each other, so that it's not like you jump to one camera and it's like, fuck, that's something different. I try to a little bit, but no, I don't fucking color grade shit. Uno que no le sé, really, honestly, but that's fucking in here or there. Goddamn, bro. We're fucking coming another fucking intro. We're fucking getting deep into the weeds of this shit, bro. Are we rolling on everything profiles? Let's fucking go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we are back at your mama's favorite podcast, baby. This time in the studio, we got someone who I have looked up to for a very long time, like camera-wise and fucking all that shit. We got my man Irvin in the building, baby. How are you feeling tonight, my dog Irvin?
It's good to be here, man. Appreciate the
right,
invite, man. Big fan of the podcast, so excited to be here, bro. Hell yeah.
Yourself, bro. I know you don't drink, but I'm going to crack one of these.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Cheers. Shout out to the homie profiles, too.
No mames.
Already started off.
No mames.
Damn. Hey, what a way to start off. Hell yeah. There's no better way.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's another one. I'm asking you your favorite wrestler. I'm going to write that one down.
Oh, yeah, I got you, man.
Did you ever get into wrestling like that?
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Yeah. When I was growing up, my entire block, we used to pretend that we were certain wrestlers and stuff. Bro. So yeah, we would hold championships.
Fuck it, let's fucking do it right now. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
For sure, Jeff Hardy.
Hardy?
Yeah, it's not even close. Like, I always talk about, I hate ladders. I hate getting on a ladder. It's like one of my biggest fears in life. It's just literally stepping on a ladder. But whenever you are in a ladder, it's hard not to think about
how this fool just fucking fly out of him, bro. Fucking crazy, Jeff Hardy and his brother Matt Hardy, they were fucking badass.
Just crazy, bro. Crazy.
Jeff Hardy had hard music, bro. When he came in,
yeah, it's like the rock star music. Bro, it gets you pumped, bro. And right now, there's like a TikTok going around where people are on ladders, and it's like that intrusive thought, and I'm like, dude, yeah, I felt like that my entire life.
Bro, I seen the TikTok recently of this dude where he's like, when you go to the bathroom at some bar or something, and they don't have. So when you wash your hands, they don't have paper towels to dry your hands, and you just got to do the Jeff Hardy just fucking to dry your hands. And then the guy walks out of the bathroom, and fucking Jeff Hardy just looks at him like, "What the fuck you doing?" Like the real Jeff Hardy, bro. If I find it, I'll have to fucking send it to you, bro. Jeff Hardy, that's a fucking gangster.
Hell yeah.
He don't wrestle no more, huh?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think his body could hold up, dude. That guy was crazy.
He had to have taken a fucking beating.
How about yours, homie?
My favorite wrestler of all time? Yeah. Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, that's a good option.
Bro, after he died, I kind of just stopped wrestling.
That was crazy.
Stopped watching.
Yeah, I remember, not that day, but I remember that, the week or whatever. Just everybody was in shock because he was on SmackDown, so it happened on a Friday. But that Monday, everybody was like,
"Damn, you were never."
Damn.
Bro, I was in middle school. I think I was in 6th or 7th grade, bro. But I remember I was upset at school, my friend, because they knew that was my fucking favorite wrestler. My homies would be like, "Hey, you good, Mondo?"
It's just crazy, how it all happened. It was like that Rey Mysterio era too. So you were like, they're gonna take over the world, and
the day that they had the SmackDown, the first SmackDown since Eddie Guerrero died, and everybody comes out, everybody's crying, and then Chris Benoit's out there with the I'm Your Puppet t-shirt just crying. I was like, bro, don't do this right now. Bro, it was shortly after that Chris Benoit did what Chris Benoit did, bro.
That was wild too.
That just happened in Vancouver like a couple of days ago. It was like a five person murder suicide.
Bro. That's why I think I woke up to the KPTV. It was like the first thing
it was.
I was like, what?
I think it was yesterday. Actually, it was today or yesterday. Something like that happened. But anyway, I don't want to fucking. We're fucking 5 minutes in talking about murder.
Happens, man.
Bro,
the streets are wild.
The streets do be wilding out here, bro. Irvin, bro, you're one of the fucking kings of the camera, bro. I gotta fucking tell you right now that everything that you've produced, like, and uploaded, there's nothing that you've uploaded that I haven't fucking absolutely loved, bro. So, first of all, flowers to you, because that's fucking awesome, dude. And I don't know if you remember or not, dude, but I remember asking you, fucking, bro, I just got this camera. Could you give me some tips of how to use it? And you're probably just looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? But I used to do this YouTube channel back in the day. I still do it, bro, but.
Your fishing one?
My fishing one, bro.
Yeah.
And I try to make them like cinematic little fucking. It's stupid, bro. But I remember I'd be like, bro, I would tell my homie too, like, dude, I got this. I know this dude named Irvin, bro, and he's fucking badass with the cameras. I'm gonna ask him for some tips. Do you remember me asking you about that shit long ass fucking time ago?
I may not necessarily like remember the exact moment, but I do remember. Yeah, I do remember you asking me for the settings. Yeah,
I was asking you for settings.
Yeah,
so I'm like, I know it's a workhorse of a camera, and I can produce something pretty decent out of it. I'm just a fucking idiot when it comes to everything, like the fucking inside, the guts of the camera. Like you can't just buy a camera, turn it on, and think you're gonna produce a movie. Like there's so much, the lens, the fucking everything else, the light
matters. Yeah.
Everything matters, and people don't think about it, but.
Yeah, no, I think I get a message like that probably like once a week, honestly, from somebody. But let's just say like out of every like 10 people who message me asking that kind of question or asking what kind of camera, this and that, there's maybe like one or two that actually like end up doing something like, and then following that advice or like going through with it, right? So that's why I like, and all the guys who have grown and I've seen their skills develop.
That's fucking awesome.
I was talking to you about Ian, another guy who. I got a chance to mentor like some of the guys, Oscar, all these guys that are coming up right now.
Ian, shout out Oscar.
Yeah, all these guys that are coming up right now in the videographer space. At some point, they struck a conversation with me, and I think what's cool is again seeing them actually follow through with it and seeing what produce. I mean, you went from a basic camera now to a 3-camera setup and knowing how to use it, and at least knowing the language and how things work a little bit more. From now, if somebody were to ask you. You're able to give the same advice that I gave you back in the day, right?
That is true. Not that great, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm still very green in the field, bro. But I do know what you mean, and I also do appreciate your help from back in the day.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Because from that and watching 6 million YouTube videos and profiles behind the scenes, fucking doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, but I think what a lot of people also don't do is like they don't. Everything is you need to practice. You need to do the actual work. Like
get out there into the field.
Again, like so many people want that advice, but they don't really do anything when it comes to this kind of work, because there's not that many rules. There's certain rules you got to know and follow so that things look the way that you want them to, but it's not that much where you're actually like thinking so much like on the spot. I mean, initially, yeah, because it's a lot of information, but once you get the practice in, then it just flows naturally to you, and you're able to focus in on getting the shot versus like, how the fuck do I work a camera? Like,
here's a question that I have for you: when you're about to film something, do you pre-imagine it, how you want it to come out?
I guess for like 80% of the work that is like literally pre-planned out production wise, like you have to make sure that you have a shot list and everything that you're going to follow for both your own like sanity and on shoot day, and a lot of the times the company or the brand that you're working with will ask for like the idea, so they have an idea
like a blueprint of what's gonna go down,
and potentially also that affects like if they needed to like shut down a certain area of the store or the restaurant or whatever it is that you're shooting that time. Like it's important for you to know that. So
that's how green I am. Do you picture a shot, bro? You picture the whole damn fucking what's gonna happen.
Yeah. So like my job is to think of it even from like a delivery standpoint as to like who's this commercial or this video for, and who's the ideal client, or who are we trying to actually like make someone feel this, that specific person, or make someone buy this, or make someone do whatever. Like that's what my job entitles,
Like,
and then the video part just kind of follows through
like
naturally.
the target consumers. Like, who's this for, and what feeling should we put towards this, and all this. Dude, that fucking. It's like duh. Once they say it out loud, it's like of course. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, you can't worry about that part though if you don't get the basics down. Like again, like being able to like focus in and get the shots that you want and all that stuff too. Like this has all come obviously throughout the years of practice and again having that information down and being able to ready to go. And then when it comes time, when you do get your shot, whether it's big or small, or as big as it may be, you're ready for it. You know, you have the technical skills.
Fucking awesome. Because right now I'm still on the stage where I'll grab a camera and I'll put it to the settings I think are cute, you know what I'm saying, for like the lighting or wherever that we're in.
Right.
And
but knowing that is a lot already.
That's it does, and that's a lot. That is a lot of I guess you could say progress that I've made from when I first started out, because that is true. But I'm still at the stage where I don't know. I don't plan out a shoot yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't have like a script quote to go by. I just kind of start pointing at shit, and then I'm like, I bet you if I come back here and get it from this angle. That's kind of that's where I'm at right now. And it's like, but I mean, that's also not my job. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of fuck around with it here and there with the cameras when I can. Like that one video shoot that we did over there with Manny and stuff. I was just kind of like pointing and shooting and shit. I'm like, oh, that looks kind of cool. So,
yeah, and that's how it actually starts, bro. Like you should be doing that. And then again, challenge yourself to do something scripted so that you can see how that is too. But
profiles, we're gonna script some shit, goddamn it.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be anything like too wild or crazy, bro. But it's just to get that practice in, because then you can set up your shots. And again, you don't always have to reinvent the wheel, bro. Like you can watch somebody's video and just recreate it in your own settings and everything too, so that you can do it. But again, it's actually going out and doing it to get the practice in. But
it's just doing it, getting the miles in, getting your reps in.
But it's more like if that's even something you want to do. If your stuff is more. See, and this is where, again, the more you get into this industry, and I think even the more it actually develops, because this is an entirely new, accessible field for people. It's always been around, like video making, filmmaking has always been around.
But it's never been on a consumer level, though.
Yeah, and this is why you're seeing a lot of, but now they're getting more specific with what content is. And I think there's a lot of difference between like captured content and produced content, right?
Production value content.
And I think a lot of people are trying to find a balance between both when they're really like two completely separate categories. Right? So like if you're a captured content type of person, which is anybody who's doing vlogs, anybody who's doing any sort of like business stuff, that's more captured content. You just want to see what you're doing, what you're making, stuff like that, versus like production content, which is again commercials, even like podcasts, things like this. Like this takes time and planning and stuff. The other part doesn't. Like you can show up and you can shoot and
kind of hope for the best and see what you get, and that is the content.
And again, the more practice that you get, whether it's filming events, corporate stuff, like the more you're gonna train your eye and you can push it too. But yeah, it's important to like.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you have to know that, because what's important too is as you start developing in this field is you're gonna get a chance to work. Yeah, you're gonna use your stuff obviously for the most part, but there's gonna be times where you go on bigger productions and you get handed a camera or a certain piece of equipment, and if you don't know the fundamentals of filmmaking or like anything, you're gonna be absolutely screwed. One thing for sure is being able to pick up any camera, and while the menu system and the settings are different, the rules and the principles behind filmmaking are the same. So if you don't know those, you can't really get anything that you want and make things look the way that you want. So that's why I always tell people, before upgrading a camera, before spending a lot of money, whatever camera you have, learn how to use it, learn the principles,
get the best out of
it, and then start making small upgrades to the lens first, camera second.
Lenses are so fucking expensive, dude. Sometimes there is. You'll buy a $2,000 camera and you'll buy a $2,500 lens, bro. Like your lens costs more than your camera does sometimes, bro. It's insane. But it's also like how you're saying, that's the fucking getting the best out of the camera that you have, is fucking buying what it needs and figuring out the settings and everything, that aperture, f-stops, bro. All
and then cameras are only getting better and better and offering more and more for less and less. Don't get me wrong, it's still expensive to get a good quality camera. And I'm not gonna be that guy right now to be like, oh yeah, you can do everything with the phone. Like,
right.
You can, but you can't.
Yeah,
obviously.
you can, but it's limited to certain
the
things.
Sensor and everything, as much as great as it gets, it's not a camera sensor, you know. So, and again, the phone does a lot of the work for you in a sense, because if you just hit raw on the phone and boom, and you hit record, you're not practicing the shutter speed. You're not unless you have an app specific for that, and even then, like, how many people are actually doing that, right? So
I do have a buddy who he does camera stuff. Shout out my boy Troy. He does YouTube videos and stuff too. And I remember when the 13 came out, he had the app for it as well, so you could control your fucking shutter speed and the fucking on the iPhone. I was like, he was telling me about it. I'm like, dude, get this app. He told me it cost like $15 or something. He told me what it was called.
Like Filmic Pro.
Filmic Pro. That's what the fuck it was. Yes.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I used to. Yeah, and I mean, like, again, like, you can use it, and you should if you're trying to get the most out of your iPhone.
Out of your phone, yeah. So he would do a lot of stuff too, and he has a Sony camera too. I forget what it is. It's the RX. It's kind of an older one, kind of like a thicker camera.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It has like the big ass lens. It has
a big ass fucking lens, bro. And he'd be like, dude, you're looking sexy, man. And his fucking lens go, and I'm like, you fucking bitch. But dude, that guy, he got the best out of his camera. Studied it hardcore day and night, and watched all the videos and learned all the fucking settings. Dude, he does like not commercials, but he does product like little like commercials and advertisements for fishing bait companies and stuff like that. So he does that shit now, dude.
It's crazy how much niches there are, and that's why there's a lot of space.
Yeah.
And I share as much information as I do, because there's little niches in between everything, bro. Like, there's fishing companies that would pay you a lot of money if you did some.
Got good at what you did.
Yeah, got really good at whatever it is. Like, I've done commercials for this is a girl who does crochets, knitting, like scarves,
and she's
like that. And
I need a video, Irvin.
No, well, yeah, she needed a series of videos because Joanne, the Joanne Fabrics.
Oh shit!
Literally launched an entire line of her fabrics.
Of the girl
that makes crochets. So she literally got to like pick out colors and make her own fabrics, and then it sold at Joanne. And they needed a series of commercials to do that, so we shot that for her. And she's an influencer. She's written a book now and all that stuff too. So it's crazy. Like it really is. Like, there's niches for
everything. You could be like, I make whiteboards and I'm trying to sell them to Amazon.
Dude, legitimately.
He's like, bro, we can make a fucking little commercial.
As long as you're like, yeah, again, and as long as you're the guy, companies will be willing to pay the guy, because it feels so large. But I think if there's one thing that I've learned in my career and in my entire like life experience, is just everything that you want is way more obtainable than you actually think, if you just put in the work and time and everything too.
Especially nowadays, dude. It's like the way technology is coming out.
You're connected. You're one DM from potentially changing your entire life. Like one DM, one message, one post, that's never been able to happen before in your entire life. One video away from changing your entire life. Like, I know it seems so far-fetched, but think about how many people have made, even whether it's a bad viral video or moment or whatever, that's made them famous. Like the
Cash Me Outside. How about that?
Yeah, like that girl, or the one recently, the one that got kicked off the plane. That motherfucker's not real.
That motherfucker there.
Like now she's like a whole celebrity and stuff, right? So people capitalize on those moments. So I think it's like a modern.
It's like a modern day lottery almost.
Legitimately,
if you really think about it.
But you have way more control over it. You can put in the action behind it too. So
put in the action, try to do what you can with the algorithms and all that shit. It's
an entire thing that you got to figure out. So yeah, I mean, like within the video space, that's one thing. But then what I didn't know when I got into this is that the distribution matters a lot. And obviously, like, just think about movies, you know, like how many movies have you seen that have flopped, or how many movies recently have you seen that, what the fuck, this movie's out in theaters because they did no marketing, no promotion or anything. It's the same thing with like your own content. Like if you put it out and you do no promotion or anything, no matter how great your video is, if you don't get it in front of the right eyeballs or as many eyeballs as possible to narrow down to the right eyeballs, like it's not going to be successful, and then you're going to be questioning everything about.
And that's one thing that's hard for me to do too. I'm over here just hashtag the Go Deeper podcast, and I hope it blows up. Like,
I mean, you're talking to somebody who's done work
See,
like all type of work, and I haven't posted like 99% of the stuff that I've done legitimately.
Bro, you gotta post it. At least send it to me, bro, because I want to see it, bro. I swear. Bro,
yeah, it's cool to hear that too, man. Because honestly, like part of the reason that I post is because you're in your own head, you know.
That's one of the main reasons I wanted to fucking have you on, bro. Because you're always working behind the cameras. You're always behind. People don't know who's like, oh, fucking Manny's podcast looks fucking dope. Yeah, it does. Manny's the head of it, but the reason it looks so fucking dope is because my man Irvin's behind the cameras making it happen, bro. That's fucking why I wanted to have you on so people can realize what the fuck is going on, bro. For real, dude. What made you get into it, bro? What sparked your mind to be like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up this camera. I'm gonna fucking. I mean, you don't know if you're gonna like it or not, but like, I want to ask you, like, what made you, kind of get the ball rolling with this?
Yeah, man. So to be honest, and this is for all the real ones out there that know this, my first and true like love, I guess, in this life is like dancing. I'm a big dancer, so I've always I used to do hip hop choreography. I used to do all that stuff, right?
Chinga.
So yeah, and
I did not know that, man.
Yeah. So before doing all that, there's this little dance craze that went around at the time. You guys probably know it as like jerking, right?
No,
yeah. Yeah. So my mom, first of all, this all starts because my mom has always had her own business, right? So part of that, she's always had a computer, and with that came a camera, right? Because she needed to take pictures of her events, this and that. That camera had video settings. Me being basically at the time, when you had a PC, like there wasn't that many people who either had a computer or had a computer that can edit stuff.
Right.
So I was one of the only guys that had it, and I had a camera. So my friends and we started doing jerking videos and stuff, and obviously I'd be the one to edit them and everything too. And it really just started with like playing around with that, like getting a clip and turning it into like 4 things and putting a bunch of colors and all stuff.
The best effects.
Yeah, the best anything that Windows Live.
Quick black and white.
Yeah, for me it was like Windows Live Movie Maker. That's where I started.
That's why I started doing my fucking PDX fishing YouTube videos.
Yeah, Windows Live Movie Maker. I throw on a bunch of effects on there, and I was like, oh shit, this is sick. Like I enjoy this process of it, but it was just dancing videos, and this was like around middle school time.
I was like, with Cruz. Every jerker fucking had a Cruz,
we had SFK, yeah.
Let's go! Yeah. Salud para todos de SFK, bro.
SFK, so yeah, it was, and it stood for So Fly Crew.
La verga.
Crew with the K.
Crew with the K. I was about to ask you. Crew with the K.
Had to. The real ones know, like, yeah, you. There were so many names, and the S was like a money sign.
See, a level.
It had to be that
bro.
way.
Bro, let's go. Shout out to my homie Raul, too. You don't remember? You probably know who 5SK is, then, entonces, no? 5SK, they were like a big jerker group, like kind of up here.
We knew like the ones that were like everybody was like, oh shit, it was RSK for us.
RSK. Flyboys. Well, ¿cómo se llamaban?
There were so many, bro. It was. There was so like many, as much bro. As like people make fun. It was cool to see like people get together and like do that dancing, because it also were like, I know like obviously breakdancers and b-boys even in my school and everything were around, but it was cool to see like this whole craze going, and I think that kind of got replaced nowadays with people who play music, right?
It really has, bro. That shit took off too. Yeah, that shit took.
It's cool to see that there's this many kids now like playing.
Legitimately, and they're good.
They're really good. Well, because they pick up the guitar and everything too at like 11, 12.
So like the age that they're learning all this shit anyway. So
by the time they're 16, 17, they got fucking 5 years of experience, bro. 5 years of experience is 5 years of experience, regardless of like. If you're, again, 17, 27, whatever the case may be.
5 years is 5 years, wherever you put it.
Yeah, bro. So it's cool to see that, too. But, yeah, back in the day, it was the jerking thing. And then that turned into, in middle school, like I said, I was also doing, like, the morning announcements. So I was doing green screen editing for my middle school. I was doing, like, we had to record the day's announcements a day before. Or like in the afternoon.
So the announcements for tomorrow, we're gonna record.
Yeah, we're gonna record them today.
Got you.
Edit them basically like not overnight, but within the next couple hours, and then have it ready to go and launch it by that morning. So I was doing that in 7th and 8th grade. My buddy Michael. Shout out Michael. He lives out in Utah now. Just got married. Shout out to him and his new wife. But yeah, it's that's how it all really started. And then from there, got into high school, got into communications, would make videos here and there. Just got really, after learning the software, Windows Live Movie Maker.
The free one that comes on everybody's
I transitioned
computer.
over in high school to iMovie. And then in iMovie, we had to just make basic stuff for the school. And really, that was about like the end of it for me. Like after senior year, I did a video. I was in video every single year. still making dancing videos and everything. There's still dancing videos of me up on my Facebook and stuff too. But
I'll find them, bro.
yeah. There's like again, like choreography and stuff is what we used to do, and then outside of that, my friends and I started doing skits.
What kind of like comedy skits?
Yeah, like comedy skits,
Bro,
but like instructional comedy skits for the school. So it would be something like how to check out a book from the library, but we would make it funny.
Like make it
and
like,
make it like
check out this Curious George book, Mike. I was like,
so that's why like it was like that was like my directing, I guess, like debut, because I would have to come up with the idea and then get my friends to say the lines, or like whoever my crew was within my class or whatever to say the lines, and like obviously edit it, make it funny and everything too. But I thought after high school that was gonna be it. And when I got to college, I got into this program that let me get into college 2 weeks early. It's part of like a summer bridge program. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, videos are done, whatever, time to focus in on school. And once I got into that program, it's funny, but the same thing happened. They were like, hey, we want you guys, every like 4 people, we want you guys to make a skit or a video on how to do certain things in college. So we actually got how to get basketball tickets at Oregon State and how to use your student ID to get those.
Oh, got you.
And everybody else, like, they made their videos like how to check out a book at the library, how to get a computer rented out, this and that, a bunch of different other things. And then when our video was for some reason like the last one to get presented, and everybody was like dying, laughing, cracking up at like the thing, and like they all thought it was like a super great video. And so that was like a little spark that let me know, like, oh, maybe I can do this at some point.
Maybe there's something here with this.
Yeah, in college. And then that was it. I mean, I was in college. I found out that my girlfriend was pregnant. Had to come back, and life got real. And I really thought that was it for me in video. But when I was in college at Chemeketa in Salem, I got my grant money to go to school, and rather than like buying materials and chingadera, I already had everything. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a camera. I bought a Panasonic. You bought it with your grant money, bro? Yeah, I bought a Panasonic G7, and that's where I really started to get like super technical and started
dialing
in,
down,
trying to work in business, figure out this whole thing. And that was, my son is 7, so that was 8 years ago.
Nice.
And
Panasonic, I heard good things about those cameras too. Actually, I have a couple of YouTubers that I used to watch. I don't really watch them that much anymore, but they do their videos like, because they put their like all their products or whatever in the bio, you know what I'm saying, in the descriptions, and they had Panasonic videos, but cameras. But
bro, I'm a little bit upset at myself looking back, thinking about that camera. I did what I'm telling you and everybody else not to do. I upgraded the camera for the sake of upgrading the camera.
Got you.
Right? That week when I think I actually bought a Sony A63 6300 at the time as my upgrade. When I did that week that I did that, I finally figured out how to use the Panasonic. So like I finally figured it.
Have you gotten rid of it? Or did you
No.
Get
I just
one?
like, I would watch the YouTube videos. I'd have the camera in front of me. I just didn't like do anything. Like I didn't actually like practice or anything. Like I would change, not the picture profile necessarily, but like not the picture profile. Like I wouldn't shoot in RAW or anything. I would just shoot with like the filters that the camera had.
ND filters and shit?
No. Like
in-house
in-house filters, right?
Oh shit, okay.
Thinking that was like the picture, and then once
sepia.
Yeah. Once I got like the Sony camera, and maybe it's because Sony's like easy to use or whatever, but I finally figured out how to shoot RAW and everything, and I was like, damn, I could have probably like
gotten more out of this one.
Figured it out, but it ended up all working out. It just sucked at the time because it was like, as you upgrade things, you realize how expensive shit is. So
yes, sir. Here I am.
Here we are today. So when people ask me like how long I've been making videos for, I've been making videos now for literally more than half my life. I'm 27 now. Started making videos when I was 12.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Bro.
So 15, like legitimately like 15 years of making videos.
15 years experience. Like how you said, that's 15 years of wherever you put it, bro. That's fucking 15 years of experience.
Longer than, like more than half my life, legitimately. So now it's crazy to just be like, this is a whole career and a whole
now that's what you do.
Yeah.
So I guess another question that I have for you, because that's what te dedicas, right? That's your job right now, is to make content and to make videos and to make and videos. Is you still doing the real estate thing? Is that what it is that you're doing still? Because I remember that's what you used to do. No.
So like, do I work in real estate?
Mm-hmm.
No. So I was going through my kind of like trial phase, which was like 22. I was doing home loans. I was doing mortgages.
Oh, okay.
I was helping people with mortgages. Yeah, I was
That's
a loan
how
officer.
you knew. Fuck. ¿Cómo se llama? You were doing.
Adele's?
Yes, you were doing stuff. Damn, I won a jersey through him too, through a contest.
Yeah, Adele.
¿Así se llama?
Adele, yeah.
Ese
Yeah,
vato,
yeah,
yes.
that's funny. I remember that, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah,
is
you
like,
won
hey,
a Portland jersey.
I want to fucking. I still have it, bro. That's my only official Portland jersey,
Hell
bro.
yeah,
Other
bro.
ones that
I
have are
remember that.
chapas.
Yeah, I remember that vividly. Yeah, because I used to do home loans, and that's how I kind of met everybody. And I came into a point in my career, or quote unquote career, where I just had to figure. I was young enough to like, if I was like, okay, I'm gonna go 1 year into this video thing, go in full force, and if it all fails,
Boss to the wall, see how it
yeah,
goes.
if it all fails, like I have my license, like this is good money, I know how to do this. Like
See.
math and numbers have always been and come pretty easy to me, and there's always gonna be a need for bilingual lenders, you know. So I was
See.
like, oh yeah, whatever, I can do it. Again, here we are 7 years later, and we're still doing this. And now, when it comes to like, I kind of mix the best of both worlds, because what I do with the video stuff is I run like an entire marketing agency.
Yes, sir.
But I have an avenue specific towards real estate because of my prior experience. I know the industry literally like inside and out. So it allows me to help these agents and lenders create content specific for their, audience or their specific client or whatever. And I know how to reach this audience both from an emotional standpoint and how to put it together with the videos
That's so
too.
fucking crazy.
Which is why I mean, like all my agents are successful, luckily, because of that too, because of just that those 2 years in it, and not much has changed since then. So I just learned how to put it all together.
Bro, that's fucking insane. So it's like, fuck no mames. So it's like the agents, they kind of in your, ¿cómo se? What the fuck is the word I'm talking about? Like the thing that you created. You just said the word right now, and I can't.
Niche?
Fucking, not your niche, but like the thing, your bubble place that you created is like you help out all of these fucking agents, and they're all successful because of the fucking what you were doing, the
mortgages, yeah, mortgage lender, yeah,
fucking, no mames,
home mortgages.
I'm all over the fucking place right now because I'm an idiot when it comes to that fucking shit, bro.
I don't think so, bro. I think it's what I learned during that time as a lender is that
lender.
This is basic information that we don't know, right? We
weren't taught this, like,
but we speak English. We're here. We've gone to. We don't know this.
Right.
You think our parents know this and to its full extent and are able to teach this to us? Like, no. So the reason that I got into lending was because my mom bought a home during that time, and I got into it, and I was like, damn, like this is crazy how little she knew about the home buying process. And what made me upset was she could have bought a home years ago if she knew what the actual steps were to buy a home. Everybody still thinks that they have all these misconceptions on what it takes to buy a home.
I feel like I have those misconceptions
including
right now.
like credit score, down payment. And I'm gonna sound like a fucking realtor and all that stuff.
No,
this
please.
is just
I need this information.
This is just like
Don't stop.
in my head. But again, like having all this information like in my head, I was like, okay, how could I capitalize this? Because there's still very much a need and a void within the Latino community specifically
Sir, there is.
to
first-time home buyer programs and shit like that, bro.
Yeah,
There's
like
so
again,
much,
like there's so much stuff
shit.
that 100% financing that people don't know. Again, like people still think that you need to have a perfect credit score. All you need. Fuck, man, I do this for a living, so it's like all this stuff like is in my head.
Please don't stop. Like,
yeah, like credit score, like you all you need is a 580 credit score, which again, like for most people, I'm to each their own on how they handle their finances, but a 580 credit score for most people is pretty attainable, you know, and people don't realize that that's all you need to get the process started. It may not be the best interest rate and all that stuff too, but if you wanted to buy a home and you just needed the bare bones minimum requirements, as long as you have a 580, you got a shot.
You could make it happen potentially.
Yeah. And then same thing with the down payment. Like if I asked you right now, how much down payment do you need to buy a home? How much would you think?
20%.
Yeah, say that's a common misconception with everybody. What if I told you that you literally, like, if you qualified for the best type of loan, you'd probably need like a 3.5% of the purchase price of the home. So if a home, let's just say that a home is worth $300,000, like 3% of that, 3% of $100,000, $3,000, $6,000, $9,000 to buy a $300,000 home. And again, because it's planned out for 30 years, which again, $9,000 is still $9,000.
It's a lot of money, but
when you compare 9,000 to 20%,
yes, 20,000 for each 100K, so 20% over
20, 40, 60,
60K compared to 9K. That's
yeah, and again,
more like.
So people
realistic.
are also,
God damn, bro, I am fucking struggling over here to think of words that I'm trying to fucking say.
Yeah, so people also like where am I gonna get that money? Well, fuck, if you've been working, we're 27, right? Well, I'm 27 right now, and so that means that I would have been quote unquote if I had a job when I was 18, 19, 20, I would have had at least 6 or 7 years of 401k. You can pull from your 401k to purchase a home. See? A lot of people think that money's for retirement. No, you can use it as an exemption to buy a home for that. Another part too, as long as you have like a 620 credit score and above, you have a chance to qualify for 100% financing. And there's so many programs right now that have 100% financing, but people don't know about this, especially not within our community, because it's not something that it's talked about, right? So within that creates obviously opportunity for me and for our agents to be able to, or for my agents to be able to use that to our advantage and know how to, market to those specific people, because everybody wants to buy a home.
Right.
A lot of people think that they can't buy a home, and then when you make it when you break it down for them,
everybody's like, wait a minute, that's it?
Wait, for real? Like, no, there's got to be something else.
That's
like
how the fuck I am right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
mind blown,
what the fuck
right?
you talking about me right now?
And then,
I'm going to buy a house for Christmas, motherfucker.
Bro, and then, yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of people think 20% too, because obviously like past notions, and at one point I'm sure that was the case, but that's not the case anymore.
Why does everybody think 20? Because I'm sure I'm not the only one who said 20. That's like
I think I think it's because when our parents, if you're looking to have parents that bought 15, 20 years ago and they're still living in that house, which that's pretty good chance that those are high. And these are all statistics and numbers that once you're in the industry, you're like, oh fuck, like you really see this, and that's part of the reason too why things don't happen. Because, dude, if you have a house for 20 years, you should have 3 houses, because you have equity available to you to use to buy another home, rent it out, right? Now you have 2 homes that are both still gaining equity. Pull from there, buy another one, and you just repeat. So like I always tell people, like this is Monopoly in real life, right? Mm-hmm. The game's there, the rules are there. It's just, do you know how to play the game, or do you not know how to play the game,
bro?
And because we know the industry from both sides of it, like I know from internally, like the questions that people have on the lending side, I'm able to help the realtors come up with the answers to the questions that people already have, which is why they're able to have the success.
Which is why your fucking agency and all your agents are so successful as the way they are, because you're looking at it from both the question asker and the question answerer.
Yeah, I'm the consumer and also the
product vendor. Yeah. Dude, that's fucking insane. So here's a question that I have for you too. We fucking went deep into this fucking real estate thing, bro. But I do this all the time. Bro. No, I have a question for you. Okay, I'm paying 2 vehicles right now. That also, if I'm trying to apply for a mortgage, they look at that, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? So we're more than halfway done with both of our cars.
Okay.
But we still owe, it's less than $20K on each car, but
okay.
Should I wait until after we pay the cars to apply for a mortgage?
That's a good question. So a lot of people, I always say, like, meet with the lender first, because what a lot of people don't know is most banks and lending corporations look at your minimum payment requirements for everything. Obviously, for a car, your payment is your payment. Mm-hmm. If you have a $400 payment, they're going to take into account a $400 payment.
That's actually roughly what it is for each car, by the way.
So with that in mind, like the way that it works in the mortgage industry is you have to obviously make more money than what you spend. Right. And that is known as debt to income ratio.
Debt to income ratio. I know that word.
That part, like that's how they screw everybody over in a lot of sense.
That's where my fucking brakes kind of hit when we talk about this.
Yeah, there's rules around it though. Like, for example, I don't know, is it you and your lady on the car?
It's me. She's a co-signer on her car, but they're both in my name.
Okay, so either way, like, for example, let's just say that you and your dad had a car, mm-hmm. right? But your dad's making the payments.
Right.
As long as he's been making the payments for 2 years. And
we've been over 2 years, both cars.
But the thing is that it's you and your wife. So there's like basically like no way around that one. Uh-huh. But if it was you and a family member or a friend or whoever, as long as you can prove that the other person has been making the payments for 24 months, you can get that payment excluded completely off of your credit application.
Really?
Yeah. But
that's not the case in my
case. That's not like if you're married.
Yeah.
Her debts are your debts. Your debts.
What
are
if I
her
divorce her? What are my options now?
debts. So.
I'm playing.
Not to get too technical on that, but divorce really like complicates things when it comes to the mortgage part because it's like, yeah, whose debt is this? And you guys got to figure all that out in writing and stuff. But
I'll drown with it, but then the house is
no,
mine,
but
baby.
for a lot of people too, like say you owe $5,000 on a credit card. If your payment is $50, that's all they care about.
Really?
That's all they look at.
Really? Because I get that because that's the bank's point of view, right?
Right.
If I owe $5,000 in the bank and my minimum payment is $50, I'm gonna pay more than $50 because I want to chip at that.
Yeah,
I want
but
to get it down.
On record, all you got to make
They
a
just see
payment
the
for
50.
Yeah.
Okay.
For lenders and stuff. So that's important for people to know too because, yeah, like I said, like some people, if they do have a high credit card payment or whatever, like
Simon.
don't, or if they make more of a payment on their credit card, say that your monthly payment is $100, but you pay $200.
They see it as you only got to pay $100.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how it works on that end too. But yeah, 3%, 0%. I've seen people buy literally with no money whatsoever because then they'll. Oh, and another thing that people need to know is you have your down payment that you have to take care of, and then there's also another thing called closing costs.
Closing costs and fucking inspector fees, bro.
There's all this stuff there that is associated with buying a home, but it's still not 20%, and it's still very doable. And if you have a good agent who can negotiate on your behalf, then you can literally potentially come to the signing table and not have sent a single dollar other than your earnest money to.
What's that?
Earnest money is like if you're selling a home and I'm buying it, once we sign the contract, there has to be like a deposit basically.
Something.
Like a good faith. Yeah, like a good faith. And that money actually doesn't go towards you directly. You put it in a title company. A title company is like a third.
That's where I get so lost in the weeds. It's like
a title company is like an independent. They don't work for the realtor. They don't work for the lender. They don't work for the seller. They're just a company that makes the transaction happen.
Okay.
So they take your money, they'll take this money, and they're the ones that ensure that everything gets happened.
It's like the pot was like.
Yeah.
Put your money right
and then so you'll go leave your earnest money with the title company. So let's just say the earnest money is $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have the earnest money, and then if you had to come up with $10,000 for your down payment, you only have to come up with $9,000 because you've already give $1,000 towards the earnest money.
Okay.
That gets applied towards the end. But yeah, you can. I mean, a lot of people too, like they don't realize how fast things can move. You could be in a new home. You could be in a home in 30 days, if not less.
Don't do that to me, Irvin.
I got you. After the podcast, yeah, we'll talk. You should talk to Adele too. Adele, if you're watching,
Here's a question: can people apply for a mortgage and get denied, and then reapply again down the road, and like hope for the best next time?
You should. You shouldn't be hoping for the best. If you have a good lender, you should have an action plan on what to do to actually get you to qualify too.
So say you apply and it doesn't go through, they come up with a plan. Look, this is what you need.
Yeah, literally, like they should. A good lender will do that for you, and then they can get even to the point like, say that you need a 620 credit score or whatever, and you have a 600.
Mm-hmm.
They have a system. Well, at least I had a system where I could see if you pay off this amount of debt on this credit card or move money around this way for your debt specifically, then I can help you raise those points instantly from 6 to like 640, 660. Yeah, like that's an action plan. It gives people like, okay, now I know rather than paying off $1,000 worth of credit card, I only need to pay off $300
right
to
up
my credit score and then qualify for the next step.
Dude, that is fucking insane. And
yeah.
we've never. I'm gonna be honest.
You didn't get taught that.
Because who's gonna tell me this? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna in school? They're like, no, man. E equals MC squared. That's all I need to know. Like, no, I need to know how to buy a house. I need to know about taxes. I need to know about how to fucking become a successful American. But no, E equals MC squared, bitch.
Yeah, and not only. I mean, again, like it sucks because even if you're trying to learn it at home, again, like
it's hard, and it's hard too because reading it, like you're just like.
I didn't understand it until I went through it, you know, like until like my parents had to go through it, and then obviously like me being in the industry and everything too, like it helped me understand it from a holistic standpoint. But it still blows my mind how
I want to apply just for the fuck of it right now, like, just to see where we stand. I honestly don't. Then again, that's what you're talking about. This is the doubt, right? The doubt. Like
a lot of people. I literally like today. I can show you the topics that I shot with the real estate agent. Like today, I literally be like, "Don't do this." What? Don't eliminate yourself. Don't disqualify yourself. without actually going through the process, because
Right.
you'd be surprised. You think you're 10 steps away when you in reality you may be like, oh, I just got to pay off this.
Right.
You don't know. I mean, there's other requirements and stuff that go into it, but
Bottom line is you don't know until you know, right?
yeah,
So you won't
should
know
go
until
through
you
it.
go
And,
see.
and your situation and mine are not the same. Like, even if you and me work together, we had the same job, we had the same title and everything, like
Right. Everybody's different.
everybody is literally different.
Right.
So I always tell people, like, find yourself a great realtor or a great lender, preferably a realtor that has great connections and can help you out. One more thing that I will tell absolutely everybody. This is super important for you to know, and don't let any lender or realtor bullshit you.
Uh-huh.
On the lending side, when you apply for a home loan, you have 30 days of grace period to run that credit as many fucking times as you want, and it only counts as one credit
That's
hit.
one run.
You should do that only because you should compare rates, loan programs, and your options when it comes to signing a 30-year,
Fucking
6-figure plus
right.
contract. Make sure you give yourself options.
The best.
The
Shot for the best.
Shop for the best rate.
See, I didn't fucking know that shit either.
A lot of people don't. And as a lender who was in the industry, I'm not going to tell you that, because why would I want you to
Right.
shop me or do something else?
Right. Why would you? I'm trying to. Get
I'm
you
telling
right
you what, to keep it 100, literally, like, this is what white people do. This is what they have access, and because they know what to do,
See.
they have access to, right? They know to compare their options. Us, like,
We're
and
just
this
like-
happens in the Latino community a lot too. Like, whatever recommendation you get, like, oh, that's where you're going.
Simón,
No matter
100%.
what, as long as you told me that, like, I'm gonna trust in you for
that's
telling
me
me
to
that.
you right now.
Yeah.
Bro. It's just like,
For
preach.
sure, bro.
That is
But
fucking,
but yeah, I mean, like, I do that. That's just one aspect of what I do. But again, this is because I was in that industry and I found like a little niche, and now I'm able to do this locally. I'm starting to expand now throughout the rest of the state and hopefully throughout the country, because I think that this, again, like, my cultural background, me having lived in Mexico and like still going there and routinely seeing how marketing is played and combining it all with how it is here, like, I'm able to really dive in and have this like a roadmap on what exactly to do to be successful, especially if you're a bilingual Latino agent in the area.
dude. It's like an untapped market, pues. Like that you're trying to fucking get into. Not untapped, but
Latinos and Mexicans are the largest population in the U.S. buying homes right now.
See?
So it's only going to continue to grow.
Fuck yeah. Hopefully. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to make that shit grow.
Yeah, I mean, part of me still wishes that I was in the lending side and still did a couple of things, because I could definitely help a lot of the community out. But it's a lot of stress, man. There's a lot of stuff that you got to navigate.
Yeah. I can only imagine, honestly. Dude, I have a buddy who he lives in Eugene, but he works in Roseburg as a kind of like what you, but on the video aspect stuff. He has, his client is a realtor, and he pretty much showcases his homes through videos. And my buddy's the one that films it for him. So I have a buddy who does that in Eugene, and literally he knows his way around a camera as well. He's actually I met him through YouTube as well. He has a YouTube channel. Shout out my boy Alec. And that's what I so se vive también, that he lives from, so he's pretty much at his client's mercy, pretty much. Pero le va también that his client / the realtor is willing to pay what it is, because he knows how much the value of the house, that if it were to get sold, cuánto vale. So from there he cuts off the cameraman, or I don't know because that's why I was confused, because I thought that's what you did too, but you're actually in the world of it as well. You're not just holding the camera like, Simon, this is what it is. Like, no, you're in the fucking world. You know what it is, like the ins and outs of it, actually.
Yeah, this is how I'm able to come up with the actual topics that are making these real estate agents like get the messages that they need to convert then to leads, and leads to clients, clients to closings.
That's fucking dope shit. I didn't, and honestly, I didn't know that a lot. And just from 20 minutes ago to right now, you fucking blew my mind, though. I'm gonna have to have a serious conversation with my lady.
Yeah, man. And at any point that I can help out, just let me know. But so Modern Arts Real Estate is like its own thing. And
Modern Arts Real Estate, that's your thing.
Yeah, I had to kind of niche it out, because again, I've been in this industry now for 6 years, specifically in the real estate part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a blueprint. I have it all mapped out. I know exactly what to do now to make I think any bilingual agent successful. But I just never, because I run and administer the pages for so many like agents and stuff. I never took the time to do it on my own. I know it sounds stupid to a lot of people that you're like, fuck, how do you not post your own work? Believe me, like when you do this for a living and you all you do is literally like on your own social all day. By the time it's like time to do your own stuff, you're like, fuck yeah. So yeah, you're all burnt out and stuff too. But I've been getting a little bit better at it. Check out the page Modern Arts Real Estate for all the stuff that we do. We're gonna be releasing more stuff that we've done in the past. Things that have gotten us to this point. But now, like again, that's going to be hopefully the go-to space for all Latino realtors in the area and hopefully around the country and stuff too.
Fuck yes, and it will be.
Hell yeah!
Don't say hopefully. It's going to be. Goddamn, you know
make it happen. Yeah,
fuck
we're starting to grow, man. So this last couple months, we're starting to grow the team out a little bit. So it's gonna help us expand.
That's
excited for what's come next year.
Fucking legit, bro. That's actually really, really, really cool. So congratulations to you and and cheers to what's to come because I know it's gonna fucking pop off, bro. That's
appreciate it.
So dope as shit. One question I do have, you kind of like steering away from this one a little bit is I've seen you doing a lot of fucking sports shooting shit too, bro. Like you be on, was it like a college football? No, you were on the fucking NFL fucking team too. What was it? I think, bro, it's been a while, obviously, but I saw because I follow you and you be posting. Were you on an NFL fucking team shooting shit too? Yeah,
so I've gotten a chance to be at some really cool places.
How did that all fucking start, bro? Because somebody had to have recognized your work from somewhere and said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing this, or could you come do this for us, or whatever?" How did that happen?
Let's see I'm gonna try to make it like a medium-sized story, so it's not too long. So I did a video. I can't even remember the year, but I want to say it was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was right before COVID. Woodburn High School went to the championship, and I shot the state championship video. Right, I did that completely like for free. I wanted to do something. I think I had just
That's talking about getting out in the field and fucking around earlier.
Yeah. So I had just gotten. I think I had just gotten the A73 at the time. So I wanted to shoot, and I had rented all this gear and everything too, and I wanted to shoot, and I just went out there for the final. And found somebody there that got me a field pass, so I was able to go in there, and I was able to create this entire like little mini doc of the event and winning the championship. And there were some other past Bulldogs there that I got a chance to interview and ask them what being a Bulldog is all about, and I put it all together. And I posted it, and it did really good locally, quote unquote. Everybody was in love with it. But that video, I didn't know if I wanted to do sports or anything because I was already doing music at the time. I was already like literally like traveling and stuff, doing music for some bigger artists and stuff too.
Come on.
And I just got into it, and then there came an opportunity right around at the time too, like when in February of 2021, right after COVID, my dad passed away.
Oh, man.
And in February of that year, I had the opportunity to go down to California. I literally just messaged a bunch of people on Instagram, and I was like, "Hey, give me a shot like this and that. Like, I'll pay my way there. I'll sleep on a couch. I'll do anything just to give me a chance to, film something.
Yeah.
Whether it's behind the scenes or something." And there's one guy who gave me a chance out in California because he was filming a bunch of draft prospects going into the NFL.
Oh, Simon.
So I had to make a decision at the time to either go do that or go to my dad's funeral, literally.
Fuck.
And yeah, bro. So it was one of the toughest decisions. It was literally like I got a call at 12 something throughout the day as I was pulling up to my driveway that my dad had passed away, and by like 3 p.m. the guy had messaged me back from a day after being like, "Yeah, bro, come down, but you got to come down like by tomorrow or whatever. Like if you want to make this happen."
We need you here stat though.
Yeah, like if you want to make this happen, because I'm only here for the weekend or whatever. And it was down in San Diego, so I was like, "Fuck." I had to, I have half brothers and sisters. I kind of, I talked to them. I kind of went through the whole grieving process, but I had to kind of do it quick. And I made a decision. I just put myself in my dad's shoes. I was like, dude, my dad would be so fucking pissed
if
I didn't go
yeah
over. And I know it, like, again, my dad just passed away.
I know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, my dad would be so upset if it was him.
See.
This potential opportunity because of him. So I just like, what would my dad do? What would my dad want me to do? And so I made the decision to go over there, and it was hard and everything too. But that moment changed my life because after there, that same guy, months after, was gonna come up to Oregon, and he was gonna shoot a documentary. So I was like, bro, we talked about this when we were down in San Diego. Like, if you come up here to Oregon, I got you. Like, I got all my production gear up here. Like, I'll drive out wherever. You don't gotta just bring yourself, your cameras, and we'll make it happen. Sure enough, he's like, yeah, let me connect you to the guy who's putting it all together. Cool. And that's how I met Daver, my boy Daver, who is the owner of Avalon Sports Group. Got on a Zoom call, told him who I was, what I did, showed him my work. And he's like, yeah, bro, I'll give you a shot. And I was like, cool. Like, who are we working with? Like, who's the athlete or whatever? Like, who's the guy? And he's like, Jordan Poyer. And I literally like
what?
I was like, what the fuck? He's from Astoria? Like, he's from here? Because I knew my first ever football game, like live, not high school, was going to see Oregon State versus Nickel State. What the fuck is a Nickel State? It's like a school down in Louisiana. And I remember because Jordan was number 14. Marcus Sweet, and there was like a bunch of guys that I remember from that area. It was my first football game, and he had a pick on that game. Like, I remember like everything like so vividly. He went to Oregon State and everything too. Fought his career in the Eagles and the Browns because there's not that many Beavers or whatever like in there.
Right.
So I was like, man, this is crazy. So we ended up going out there, shot an entire documentary. Put it together. The guy who invited me, the film director, ended up getting hurt. He was playing, I think he was playing horse with Jordan.
Jesus.
And it was horse, pig, something like that. Or even bump.
Bump is a little bit more.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Bump is more, you got to start running.
The point
horse,
is,
you can take your shot. Like,
I don't understand what happened, but I wasn't there for it because I was setting up. He twisted his ankle, like almost like broke it, but like really twisted it, so he couldn't move afterwards. So I had to basically shoot and direct and do everything, the entire documentary. And after that situation happened, fortunately, like, things didn't end too well with me and the guy, so I had to end up. He was supposed to edit the entire thing and everything too, and so I ended up having to literally like do everything: shoot, direct, edit, produce, release, and everything too. Like, I ended up having to go to Buffalo and release it in front of all the Bills and everything.
Buffalo,
too.
New York, or Buffalo Wild Wings?
Buffalo, New York.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to Buffalo tonight, but Buffalo, New York, bro, goddamn.
No, yeah, I've been, and that moment right there is really what started everything, though. Like, it sucked at the time because of how everything went down and everything that was happening, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me to this point in my career because
at the
now
same
I'm
time,
living,
right? As it happened, like, fuck, this fucking sucks. But at the same time, looking about it, it's like that could have been the best.
And like happened. Now, like, again, we're here. It's crazy to think about, but that was like 3 years ago now already. So this was my third year doing the Jordan Poyer camp, and like now I've gotten a chance to travel around the country, like living like my entire dream. I'm a big NFL guy. I always say this, fuck the Raiders, for those of you guys don't know. I'm a big NFL guy, so like literally like not now being in the industry and like working with some of the athletes
and
like
following you on Twitter, you just be like, fuck the Raiders.
Yeah, so it's surreal, bro. Like, it's surreal. Like, and now it's not even just like the football players, but the people that you meet through the football players, like their friends or their family, and the relationships that you develop with them, and seeing like it's been awesome, bro. And like the relationship I have now with my boy Daver, like when at the time I didn't know, but it was like Avalon was just getting started, and to see where we're at now, working with some of the top athletes, not just in the country but in the world. We are working with like World Cup winners, people who have won the Premier League. I'm meeting them. I get a chance to like play around with them, take shots with them, stuff like that. Like, it is crazy to think that it all started and came from that moment. That decision. What I thought was and it was at the time. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my life. Not even at the time, still, bro. Like that's. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'd be able to do it just because that's a tough decision.
It was super rough, bro, and I missed out. Unfortunately, like I missed out. Obviously, I missed out on a lot because there was like tributes and stuff that they were doing for my dad. My dad was like a pretty big guy in like the railroad industry down in. Shout out to all the ferrocarrileros down there, but Yeah, the railroad industry down there. So they did like a whole tribute with trains and stuff too. And like I told you before we started the podcast, like my mom's super Catholic and stuff. So I'm
Hell yeah.
I'm the guy that goes to
Peace be
do all
with you.
the
And also
church
with you.
stuff. I know all the stuff in Spanish and everything too by memory, by heart. So like me not being there for my own dad, it was tough. But I'd like to think that through that all, he's smiling. That, especially like, bro, when I debuted that documentary that I'm talking about, when I debuted that, so we flew out to Buffalo. The entire Buffalo Bills team is there. First of all, I'm a Patriots fan, so that fucking it sucked. It's actually it was like with the enemy, but
thank you for being here, but fuck all y'all.
just seeing like the entire team show up, the coaches, like
crazy,
there,
bro.
and like this is my first like big work. They got a theater. They rented an entire like Seneca Wallace or I don't know, Seneca something hall, and it was like it looked something like it's an experience that I'll never ever forget. Like it felt the closest thing I'll ever get to like, no, that's not true. So it was the closest thing I've had so far in my life up until this point of like a red carpet experience. It was an entire red carpet experience, movie debut type of thing, and it was the first time that Jordan and his parents had seen that too.
Oh, so it was
they had nobody. It was
too.
a premiere for them, so they had no idea what to expect and everything. So it was like the weight of the world. I remember like when the final like credits and stuff came up, I just started fucking bawling and crying, just like
that's a moment, right?
Taking
there,
it all in, and then also just being like, I can't believe this right now. Like a kid from Woodburn who picked up a camera for jerking videos now is debuting a video in front of an entire NFL team, for one of their players, talking about some very serious, real shit, because he was talking about his sobriety and stuff with alcohol, or his battle with alcoholism and stuff throughout. So we had a genuine like conversation that turned into an entire documentary.
Right.
The whole point was not to shoot a documentary; it was to shoot content that turned into a documentary.
Gotcha.
And everything else just kind of followed suit after that, man. And so again, now to see where we're at, the team expanding. I'm still very much involved with all the athletes and projects. It's cool to have taken that leap of faith and have it pay off this way.
Definitely, dude. That's fucking awesome, bro. Honestly, is there a place we could watch the video? Is it on YouTube or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys can go watch the kid from Astoria.
STCM kid from Astoria.
The kid from Astoria. Yeah, Jordan Poyer.
I'm gonna leave it down there in the link of the description below, bro. So you guys can go and check out the documentary and the fucking badass work that my homie Irvin does, bro. Because that is fucking awesome, bro. It's like, and this is, and thinking about it like this too, it's fucking awesome, right? But it's also just the beginning. O sea, de aquí para donde, you know what I'm saying? How many you just fucking knock down one door, but all the doors that are left to fucking knock down, bro. So that's fucking, I think that's fucking awesome, bro. And it's obviously well deserved because, I mean, how I've told you from the fucking get-go, you're like one of the fucking people I look up to most when it comes to fucking all this videography and cinematography, even though that's a word I made up.
It's a documentary. The documentary does have cinematography aspects.
You see, goddammit, man. Fuck you, man. Cinematography is a word, you piece of shit.
Yeah, cinematography is it's a word, it's an action, it's a verb, and it's a thing. Yeah.
That's the clip, bro. That's what I'm putting onto fucking TikTok right there. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about anything. Bro, fucking that's an hour right there. We fucking I wrote down all these other things, bro. Like, we don't even need to touch on that shit because I want to fucking end it on a high note. I'm gonna fucking wrap it up around here. Did Profiles leave? Yeah. He had to dip out, huh? Yep. Yeah, I figured so. Are all the cameras still rolling? Just because they're on doesn't mean they're recording.
That one's recording.
This is like the worst nightmare of any video. So me and Manny recorded an episode, just me and him.
Mm-hmm.
We were literally right before we started the episode. We're like, all right, why? Something's gonna go wrong because I'm not behind the camera.
I'm so worried right now.
And when I checked it,
yeah, all but that one.
Turn it off and on, and then hit the record button again, please.
I already pressed record.
Yeah, what ended up happening was literally like the camera died right as I like turned around to
as soon as you left it.
So I was like, dude, it didn't save. And then I checked, it didn't save. Somehow, I don't know, I ended up pulling the memory card and it was there, thankfully.
No way.
Yeah, it ended up somehow.
I've bought mirrors, bro, to place on the wall strategically so that I can see, even though I should buy monitors, right? Like the fucking flip up fucking monitors, so I can see if it's recording or not. But I'm fucking broke as fuck, bro. I brought fucking mirrors, and I'm gonna fucking.
This is a whole setup, bro. People don't realize like this is broke as fuck, bro. You've invested into this podcast.
It's an investment, and like little by little, I'm gonna start doing more shit.
It's expensive, bro.
I'm gonna get rid of the tripods too. I was telling Garrett just now that I'm gonna have these wall mounted boom arms, so I can put the cameras on them and then bring them out. It's gonna clear the whole space. Anyways, bro, that's another
I get you, bro. Believe there's not many two
it's
people.
so funny, bro. I'm like, I don't want to bore you with that shit, but there's like the one person I could talk to about this.
Yeah,
shit.
literally. There's not too many of us, bro. Like again, like that's why I share as much information, or like anybody who ever wants to learn about cameras and stuff, they can message me, please. I'm there to help and everything too. And again, not to be a dick or anything. Chances are, again, 1 out of every 10 do something with it. So
1 out of every 10, yeah. So it's up to you, goddamn.
Yeah, it really is.
Hablando de eso, if the people do want to follow you and hit you up into this camera, where can they follow you?
You guys can find me on Instagram, modernirvin. If you guys want to follow any other production companies, usually under Modern Arts Production, Modern Arts Real Estate. Each kind of has its own thing, but yeah, we try to post on those. And then YouTube, Irvin Sanchez Cruz. I have stuff from years ago when I did my podcast.
We got jerking videos. We can check out the crew right.
You might be able to find those. I'm sure you probably can.
I'm gonna do some digging, bro.
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
You can definitely find my dancing video on Facebook. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, just Instagram is probably the best place to find my work.
Mm-hmm.
If I end up posting, I'm gonna do my best to post more on there.
Send it to me at least, bro. Please. I gotta see that shit.
Yeah, I guess like for me again, I'm gonna do my best because a lot of the times you're just scared or like any artist, musician, anybody who goes through any sort of creative process, you're scared to put your own work out there, because of fear of whatever, you know.
Yes.
So for me, it's just getting
true.
over that because, I mean, it's great to hear that other people are out there that enjoy the content too.
Dude.
So
Presente. You know what I'm saying?
appreciate it, man.
For sure.
Thank you.
Bro, this has been the Go Deeper podcast. You guys can follow us on all podcast streaming platforms. You can, if you want to see our ugly faces, you can watch it on YouTube as well. Shout out to Garrett for stepping in. I do appreciate you very much, my man. That's my cousin Garrett. And profiles, te la rifas también, brother. Hasta la próxima. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And se lavan el culo, por favor.
Thank you, man. That shit was dope.
It was fucking awesome. Hey, no mames, bro.